Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from ChishaZed.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time.
Wow. So she worked hard to get me as a husband, and then now she has to share me with you just because you're desperate and lonely? And a broke, dusty, musty, crusty?
Wow. What a deal.
Great deal.
She's going to invite you over, right? This is to any man, really, let's be honest. If you've got a girl, she said, hey, let me borrow your man for a little bit. Bring him over. He can lift the heavy stuff while we sit there and sip wine and talk and watch him lift heavy shit. You've got to be
crazy.
Kidding me.
And I'll make you both.
It's such a cringe take, right? Like, you think about it. Like, even a woman, she cooks, right? Is my friend going to call up, hey, you know what? Your girl's awesome, bro. I can really use some cooking right now, some home cooking. Can you guys come over and, have her cook for me, and then me and you just chill while she's cooking for me? That sounds ridiculous.
Dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win.
You get a
beer.
Gets
a drink at
but
least.
I need to borrow your husband. So
Okay.
can we normalize you?
Here's the thing about this video is this isn't the first time I've seen this video,
Nope.
Unfortunately. And the painful part, I have to admit, is I know this happens. There are women out here who say, hey, can John come over, or can Brandon come over and help me do such and such? She can't keep a man, but she makes sure she keeps friends who can. And I don't think women really realize that they're being used, and those men really realize that they're being used.
Yeah.
This is the only way that this would be fair in our modern day, when we're all equal, like men and women equal, no difference whatsoever, is if when he needs somebody to cook, make a sandwich, come over, and I don't know, it could be anything. Labor that is typically performed by a woman, he would have to also be able to call you. Of course, she wouldn't be okay with that. And she definitely caught some heat. That's why her comments are turned off.
Of
But
course.
some people responded to her video, and this is what they had to say. Let's check it out.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like
The answer is no.
Nope.
Been married for 13 years, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the answer is no. Half the
Hell
stuff that
no.
I do for my
Like, if you want to do all that, go do a wife swap show or something. All right, you can't do it because you're not a wife.
wife, I don't even want to do, but I do it because it's till death do us part. Okay, I stood in front of God and a whole bunch of ugly family members that I don't even talk to no more. And
They're not
pledged
the
my
prettiest.
life to her. So any other woman outside of that, the answer is no. I will not hang your drapes. I will not make you a deck.
Like, you got to remember this too, right? We barely even want to do it for our wives. We do it because we love them. Now you want us to do it to our complete stranger? What?
Will not help you around your home. No, I will not. Go get your man. Go get your man,
Right.
sweetheart.
so can we normalize?
And by the way, please don't misunderstand me, because Chisha's a kind guy. Yes. He's very kind, very kind. And I actually wouldn't mind helping out family. I don't mind.
Family's
family
different. Family's not some stranger that's just asking you.
But a stray woman in the streets who can't find a man to house her and who can't find a man to keep her, that I will not assist with.
Like, maybe if one of my female cousins was like a super 304 and not married or whatever, maybe I'll be inclined to not help her as often. But I'd still help her. She's family. Family's family still.
am sorry.
Unless she was just that bad of a person where I don't even want to associate with her, period.
You're crossing boundaries. Of course, when you got some of these comments, what the people have to say. Top comment here says, "Can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband?" Girl, no.
Get your
own. The F. And somebody else who says, "Borrow my husband." Bish, here's another person who says, "I'm not volunteering my husband for anything. He hasn't even finished the projects I give him." Yeah,
Exactly. It's like, I'm still busy.
yeah, those forever projects. Those are the projects that never end, right? The screwing, the fixing this, and because stuff is always breaking inside the house.
Always.
We all go through the same things. It seems like somebody else here says, I was about to curse her out. Here's another person who says, the nerve to call us weirdos. This person says no and sprayed her off. Here's another person who added, and matter of fact, hell no.
Women treating each other like cats, using spray bottles on each other. Shh, shoo, shoo, shoo.
So
Get away from my husband.
This at all. Here's another person who says, like, girl, that's what TaskRabbit is for. This is a fact. This is a fact. If you don't have a man, that's what TaskRabbit is for, right? You can call somebody, they'll do the small tasks around the house. And even if you can afford it,
I didn't even know there was such a thing, TaskRabbit. Interesting.
if you're a man and you can afford it, it makes sense financially. Depends on how much time that takes versus how much you make an hour. I think TaskRabbit can be something that more people can use if they can afford it. But if you're a strong, independent woman who needs no man, then TaskRabbit is your friend. It should really be on speed dial. And then there are things that men just like doing, right? There's some stuff that I just like doing. I like hanging stuff up. There's certain things that I like to put together. Some things I'm just like, no, I'm not going to.
It's like 50-50, like putting up shelves and all that other stuff. I mean, sometimes it's easy and fun, and sometimes it's so frustrating because the instructions are just so stupid.
Do that. We might have to call somebody for this. Here's another response.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things?
Like she literally just said, let's have a girls' day while your husband does all of my chores.
And we drink wine at the same time.
On this channel, I often either try to talk about positive masculinity or I try to talk about fitness. But this kind of falls into the positive masculinity space. This is not okay.
Nope.
Your friends, partners are not a resource for you to use for free whenever you want them. Now, I am not saying that there are not times that this is...
I mean, they can be if you are a resource to them, right? If you guys are both resources to each other and you're reciprocating help, you do this, he does that, and you're constantly doing that, then it's fair. No one's going to get upset at that. But when you're asking for like literally one-sided privilege,
is totally appropriate.
That's right. You got to pay them. Seriously, I'm wondering, would you guys be okay with getting paid to do that job? Is that the difference?
Yeah, I mean, if my girlfriend, wife told me, hey, babe, my sister or whoever it is, is having a little trouble, can you help her with the thing? She says she'll pay you. If you said that right there, she'll pay you, I think most men are like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah, right. So I'm going to go help you. So I'm going to make my wife / girlfriend happier by doing this. And I get paid. Fuck it. It's a win-win to me.
So I don't think that's a difference overall. There's a lot of issues with letting another man come in, fix stuff. You cook him a meal and you're drinking wine, watching him work. I don't know.
But I have been the partner that is just expected to, hey, by the way, this Sunday we're going over to so-and-so's house because they have a bunch of heavy stuff that they want to pull out of their garage. And then it takes 5 hours. And then neither of the 110-pound women are able to offer any sort of help. And then I'm expected to spend 5 hours moving stuff out of garage. Oh, you're a big, strong guy. You can... Hey, so-and-so needs help with their fence. So-and-so needs help this. So-and-so has stuff that they need to bring in or out of store. Everybody's lives are pretty hard right now.
True.
If yours isn't, then you're probably living the kind of life where you can hire someone to do these things for you.
Right.
But most people are having a really hard time keeping it together. And if you're the type of partner that farms out your person, that the kind of person that wants to go way out of their way to do things for you, that can often eat up a lot of energy. And they do it because they want to. They do it because they're trying to support you and they're trying to take care of you.
That's why I said it, because we love our girl. Hey, and then we're going to get paid for it. That's the only reason we're willing to do it, is because we love her. And she asked. That's the only reason that we're willing to. And then now I'm going to get paid on top of that. So I'm going to make her happy and make a little bit of money. All right.
All my partner has to ask, she just has to say, hey, can you go do literally anything? And I am going to move mountains to make sure that I can do it because she's important to me and I want to take care of her.
Makes sense.
But if all of a sudden she just started thinking it was real cute for me to start doing the types of things that I do for her, for anybody else, because it ingratiates her with her friends, that's not okay.
Yeah, that isn't okay. And gentlemen, you have to know the way women talk to you to manipulate you into doing shit that, you don't have to do. What do I mean? I mean exactly what he's saying right there, right? If she's not your wife, not your woman, not a family member that you're there to take care of, and she's just using words to manipulate you, to make you feel good. Because men do fall for this.
We're gullible when it comes to women.
You have to learn to not fall for the, oh, you're so big and strong, could you grab that for me? I'm not saying don't help. It's not what I'm saying is go around not helping anybody, but sometimes it's manipulative. And there are times when, if a woman knows that, you're up to game on that, she likes the fact that she can't manipulate you in that way. Because trust me, they'll test you, right? And, one time's cool, right? She'll say, oh,
I'm sure you guys hear it when you guys are walking along and all of a sudden, oh, this is just so heavy. I don't know how I'm going to pick this up. And as you're walking by and she says that you happen to hear that, and that's the game right there.
Don't talk. Would you grab that? Okay. I see what you're doing there, but I'll grab it. Boom.
Yeah.
Then she does it again. And you're like, hey, listen. I'm not some ladder that you're going to use me. I see what you're doing there. You're so tall. I see what you're doing. No. You know what I mean? You can't be the naive dude who falls for it every single time. There's a guy right now who realizes he's been falling for it ever since. He's like, whoa, I guess that's me.
Again, I'm not saying that there aren't times where this might be appropriate, but also that should be a conversation where that partner is included. It shouldn't be something that's assumed. And in a lot of cases where I've seen this type of thing go down, the guy, he finds out after the fact. He gets voluntold to go do something. Yes. And then if he says, hey, I've had a really hard week, I wish you would have asked me about that, he gets guilted into doing it further. This has happened to both me and many guy friends that I have had. It's like, yes. Oh, you're a big, strong guy. You can
it's like, but I already promised that you would do it.
Your partner should always be involved in the decision making, and signing them up to basically be a chore horse for your girlfriends. I promise you this isn't as great as you think it is, because it's going to create a lot of resentment.
Right. Very true. Very
100%.
True. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say I have things to do. And here's one that's crazy. It's okay to not have anything to do and just say, hey, I was planning on relaxing, and the plan today was to do nothing. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Of course, in a kind, respectful way. Let's check out some of these comments, what the people have to say. Top commenter says, so as a wife, the answer is no. Here's another person who added, imagine if the roles were reversed. Can I borrow your wife to cook me dinner? I need your wife to watch my kids and clean the house. Not very funny, is it? He says, no, not funny at all. Here's somebody else who added, has she considered forming?
They really just think men's labor and men's contribution to everything is just so mundane and minute that it doesn't cause us any issue. It's not that much effort. It's not that much time or money worth. No, everything men do is actually worth quite a bit of money, because manual labor is worth quite a bit of money.
Platonic relationships with men. Here's what's really going to blow your mind, right? I've probably made 2 to 3 videos on this topic. And this comment reminded me of one of the videos. It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2 girls who were complaining that the guys they invited over for a date and slept with, right? Something definitely happened, didn't help them put up a TV. But a guy who they called the nice guy, he came over and did it. And that's what you have to realize, right? The chances are...
Can you imagine that? Being the nice guy, going over after they just smashed with some random guys that weren't willing to do the work that you just did for them? Diabolical.
Yes, she may be single, technically speaking, but there's a dude who's getting sexual access who she's not requiring anything for that. And so you're the workhorse as the man, agreeing to come over and put up her television, so on and so forth. There was a time, right, when, and listen, this is not this woman. This is just a general, right? In general, there was a time when less women were whores. I know. And guys, let's be honest. If you know you're dealing with a chick who is not like that, right? And you might say, Chisha, every girl has, yeah, but there's levels.
There is.
Right? decent chick. It makes you more willing to help. And what I'm getting at here is the situation matters a lot. There was a time when women were generally a lot more kind to men. They smiled. They would rush to the kitchen to fix him something and serve those men. Yes, yes, I said serve. Better. In this day and age when a woman will look you down in the eyes and say, listen, you're supposed to be a gentleman and I'm expected to do absolutely nothing of the equivalent at all to the strangers.
Yeah, we're being gentlemen to 304s instead of ladies.
The male strangers who I meet, then you are setting up a dynamic where his traditional manly roles are preserved and yours are neglected and forgotten. That to me sounds like a bad deal, a very bad deal.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win.
How about get your own man? Do you know why men do this for their wives or the women they love? It's called an act of service. You do things for the person you love. It's a
because I love them.
Way of you serving them and loving them and wanting to do nice things for them. You want all of these things for free. Did you know there's something called a handyman? There's this thing called a handyman where you can call, there's a whole industry that provides this type of service. Could you
Well, remember, they don't need no man.
Imagine if a man made a video and he was like, hey, can I borrow your wife to come over and cook me dinner and do my laundry? And hey, you can come too. Do you know how many outraged women would be making videos calling this man a misogynist?
Right?
This is actually a good sign. We're healing people. This means that regular men are saying no to this and are done being friend zoned. Yes, that act of service that I was talking to in the beginning, you do that for people you love. You
Correct.
Also get something.
I am an active service type of pet guy. You know me. I don't really care about love languages or whatever. But yeah, how I feel important and loved, or show love, is by doing things for my family members and the people I love.
In return for that act of service.
I'm not mad at that girl who said that we should be borrowing people's husbands, because we have been borrowing people's wives forever.
What?
How many
What?
times has your kid been fed by a woman that has not been their mom? How many times
Did that woman get paid to do that? Because I believe she did.
has your kid been picked up from school by a woman that was not their mom?
Did she get paid to do that? Because I believe she probably did.
How many times have you eaten somebody else's wife's cooking? Or how many times has another woman done your...
Did I pay her for that? Or did she just make it for me? Like, again.
How many times have you looked at another man's wife and gone, my wife likes the same things you do. What should I get her for her birthday? Where should I take her for her anniversary?
This is so stupid.
When your wife had her
beyond
children,
stupid.
who came over to do laundry and wash dishes and make sure there was food in the refrigerator? All those TikToks we see of women making lunch for their husband and his coworkers. And like, truthfully, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you never want to let your husband help other people or you never want to help another woman. That's your prerogative. I really don't care. What I'm trying to say is that when we outsource women's labor, we call it community. We call it care. We call it, taking care of your neighbors. And that's...
You don't think men are not taking care of the community in other ways other than requests from single random women?
Which is the right thing to do. But when we outsource men's labor, or when we even talk about outsourcing men's labor, all of a sudden it's get your own husband. If you can ask your wife to do domestic labor for somebody that is not you or your children, you can sometimes pick up a hammer and hang a mirror in a house that is not your own.
So can we normalize?
Like, who is asking their wives to cook for other people? Like, other than like, oh, babe, we have a potluck coming up. Can you make something for the potluck? Maybe that's probably the only thing that comes up overall.
You letting me borrow your husband?
No. You want to borrow him to do exactly what?
He helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things.
Those are my perks. I get
Exactly.
to use my husband's labor for free. My man. Do you know how I suffered before getting this husband? Do you know how many times my heart got broken before finding this man? Do you know how much I had to do to keep this man. Everything you said you didn't want to do. I
You know how much gawk she has to do? Plenty.
chose the man instead of the bear. Weren't you the same one that said, I'm choosing the bear? Men are trash, men are useless, and men ain't shit. Suddenly, men are valuable when it's time to lift furniture and make repairs. My husband is not a Home Depot equipment. Take the bear to Home Depot, buy some tools and hand it to the bear. The bear will do everything that you need. They're better than the men after all. Or better still, just do the labor yourself. Post it on TikTok and caption it, single women don't need men. But my husband is
Yeah, please do that so we can cover the video of you failing.
not a group project. And he's not available for borrowing. Remember you said we were lame when we got a husband. Now all of a sudden, husbands are necessary. Any heavy lifting, the bear can't handle it. He's the bear after all.
I mean, he is stronger than us by many degrees.
You are only interested in the perks of having a husband, but not in the sacrifices of being a wife. Girl, go to Home Depot and go borrow a man.
I think I just listened to one of the most annoying takes I've heard in such a long time. Like, I felt a visceral reaction because it is so incredibly sad to me the number capitalism has done on y'all. So this lady asks, she makes a video like, can I borrow your husband? Like, there's certain heavy things that I need to like move. There's a TV I need to mount, and I'm single, so do you mind like coming over? I'll cook you guys both dinner. We'll all drink together, and then he could just like help me out. And in my head, being from an immigrant community, that is like so incredibly common. I couldn't even imagine that this was even. And then I see a lot of people, I'm assuming Americans, because there's a lot of like people complaining and saying like, get your own husband. No, he's mine. Get your own. Ask the bear. Da 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 da. And I'm just like, the.
Shut up. Women have ruined the community and this de facto that men used to help. Men always help, almost all the time for most women. Only in the more recent years, the last 20 years or so, men are like, yeah, lift your own heavy crap.
The number that capitalism has done on you guys needs to be.
And she blames capitalism. No, it's you, women, feminism. Capitalism didn't do that.
Studied. It is so sad. It is so sad that y'all really do not know what it's like to have a community. Like, y'all have gone your whole lives not knowing what it's like to be in community, and it's sad. And that was truly the appeal of like church and being religious when I was growing up, is because it's not common to be community for real in America. A lot of people experience that through the church, and that's how it really like got a chokehold on people. And then because of capitalism, I think churches have gotten less and less like that. That's hence why they won't
Again, just blame capitalism on everything. Okay.
even give a baby formula. But growing up, that's why churches had such a chokehold on communities, is because it's one of the only places where people can experience community. Because what do you mean? Why would you not want to help out your friend? Why would you not want to ask, yo, like my friend?
Because your friend is miserable and alone and drove every single man away and then wants to use your man.
Really needs help hanging up her TV. Can we go over there and help her? What type of friend are you? That's why y'all be getting married and not having friends, because you guys never wanted friends in the first place. Friends were just a placeholder until you can find a man. Y'all literally don't care about friends. Like, y'all, like, I am so.
This person is a user. She just thinks friends and everybody are just resources to use.
Annoyed with this take. And there's one particular creator that made a video, and I'm just like, this is one of the worst takes I've ever. I've been so irritated by a bad take in so long, and I'm just disgusted. This creator, oh, I'm so irritated. This creator was like, well, since you're single, and by the way, she said it with so much disgust. Well, since you don't have a man, then you need to afford to do all of these things on your own. You need to figure out how to do things without a man since you don't have a man. You need to get TaskRabbit. You need to get movers. Like, but these are the same people that will expect their single friends to show up to their bachelorette, show up to their bridal shower, show up to their.
Showing up to a bachelorette is different than having your man go do chores for them.
Engagement party, show up to their baby shower, showing up to their christening, and spend all this money for all of these things that come as a result of you.
And again, do you not think it's the other way around when they go to their baby showers and all these things? Except, oh, I can't go because you're not pregnant and because you don't have a man.
Finding a man, but yet you can't. TV? I am so irritated at this take and this creator, because the way she was talking down to single
She's
women
entitled.
who have the audacity to try to ask their partnered friends for assistance in life. I am like, worst take ever.
You're not asking your partnered friend for assistance. You're asking the partner's friend's partner for assistance.
Worst take ever.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband and not in that way, you freaking weirdos?
What possible reason would a strong, independent woman have for needing to borrow somebody else's husband?
Like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time.
I have an even better idea. How about someone figures out how to do all of those difficult things themselves, because someone else's husband and men in general are not your free workhorses just to be used for your convenience when you want them around.
And I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
No, this is just my opinion, but frankly, I am rather tired of a lot of women out there making the rest of us look rather bad, in addition to setting us back at least 50 years, if not more. Men are not something to be used just for a convenience when you need them. They are people. Do try to remember that.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
Like, where is the win for the husband? Where?
This is absolutely.
It's like, so I get a beer?
Absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants, because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry?
Yeah, my oven's a little dirty. Can I borrow your wife?
No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
Can we normalize?
No, we cannot normalize a goddamn thing. Some of y'all taking normalization a little too far.
Right.
Your discretion's advised.
I agree.
You letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
Ma'am, where's your husband? That's the question. Because if you had your own husband, you wouldn't have to borrow nobody else's husband. You are worried about the wrong thing. And what you mean borrow, like you borrowing somebody's car? That's a whole human being you're talking about. You know how crazy of a take this is? Just imagine me coming out here and saying, hey, can I borrow your wife? Not for anything sexual, just, so she can cook and clean, you know what I'm saying? And while she cooking and cleaning, I'm going to play some music, tell jokes. Order takeout for us, and we could have beers and she could have a glass of wine while she's cooking and cleaning, bro. It sounds like a win-win, doesn't it? You know how insane or how stupid one would have to be to agree to those terms? And the sad part is I went to the comments and there were women actually agreeing, like, yeah, can I borrow your husband? What type of shit is this? Not only is it disrespectful to the person that is married to that man, you are also dehumanizing those men. You are not treating them like actual human beings. You're treating them like they're an object. Like they're just some machine that's supposed to come around and hang up pictures and lift heavy shit that you can't lift for your own self. That man's efforts are for his wife, not his wife and her friends. I'll be damned. I'm chilling on a random Saturday afternoon and my wife comes to me and says, oh yeah, by the way, we got to help Lisa move all her furniture from the top floor to the bottom floor. And I'm like, who the fuck agreed to that? Because I know the ones that do agree with this woman are not going to have that conversation with their husband. They're just going to volunteer him before they speak to him about anything. They're just going to tell him what's happening. And unfortunately, some niggas are actually going to go with it, which is insane. But that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, man, some of y'all done lost y'all damn mind. I'll be damned. Ladies, don't make this a trend. It's not going to end well. Y'all keep it change.
I'm so sorry, but if you're a friend of mine and you don't have a husband or a man of your own, you're not boring my man. If you need a TV hung up or a frame hung up, a shelf, you need plumbing work done, if you need any kind of maintenance work around your house and you're wanting me to ask my man to come help you, absolutely not. I barely get him to do stuff around my house, so I am definitely not volunteering him to do stuff around your house. So sorry. Unless he offers it himself, the only people that I may offer his services to are my parents, his parents, or grandparents.
True.
If you need things done,
I'm okay with those parents and grandparents
around your house, call a service. Guess what? You buying a new TV? Best Buy offers to put it in for you. I'm not volunteering my man. I'm so sorry. Go find a man.
Can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time.
Hell nah. Take your lonely independent to the yellow pages and call professionals to come do what you need to be done. Nah.
I mean, it's no more yellow pages, brother. You know you old when we talk about yellow pages. Use Yelp or something.
We are not normalizing y'all lonely women having to borrow your friends' boyfriends because you can't man. See, that's the perks. When y'all think having a boyfriend is embarrassing, nah, there's perks to having a boyfriend. Maybe y'all aren't attracted to good men. That's a y'all thing. But nah, the women out there got good men who, you know, can do that shit. Yeah, that's for them. We do that for our girlfriends, our women, the women in our lives, our girlfriends, our wives, our moms, sisters, aunts, grandmas.
Even cousins I'll throw in there.
Y'all better call somebody. Matter of fact, call that loser sneaky link that you have. Call him up. You know what I mean? Nah.
You know, I can admit this somewhat happened in my family because my dad is probably was the only male in the U.S. for a long time, and all my aunts, a few of them were widows, so they kind of needed a male assistance on everything. So my dad would go help bake at the donut shop sometimes for my aunts, and my mom would hate that. She would always say like, "Oh, they need to do their own thing. Why does he always have to go help them and all this?" But it's actually his own sisters. So it's like, not she was asking him to go do it, but because he went to go do it, my mom felt the way about it. So if my mom felt the way about my dad going to help his own sisters, I can see women having a feeling a way about it, about their husbands going to help some friend. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.